I'd like to welcome everybody to the Delaware County Redevelopment Commission meeting. It is September 8th, 2022, 9 a.m. If everybody stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brad, can you call the roll, please?
Yes, sir. Richard King.
Here.
Angie Moyer.
Here.
Eugene Whitehead.
Here.
Russ Conyers.
Here.
John Adams.
Here.
Dale Carey Weirdly absent.
First up, we need a motion and second for the approval of the minutes for 8/11 of 22.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We'll move to Shell Building location and RFP. Brad?
Yeah, as we talked at the last meeting, I would update you, we're having a little bit of trouble getting the property under contract right now. The property was purchased by a mini warehouse company, and we've made contact with that company. They do have expressed interest that they would be a willing seller, but they would like to find another location to locate the project at. So we're currently helping them try to find some other locations, and they're looking as well. So there'll be more to come in the next meeting.
Do you want to skip to VS?
Yeah, let's
See if he shows up.
pops up here in just a second. So,
We'll move to the Delaware school request.
Delville Superintendent Greg Roach has approached the County Redevelopment Commission to ask for assistance with a lane that they need help paving at the school. It would help with the parent drop-off of the school buses as they traverse around the building. The request at this time, their quote at this time for the total of the work is $135,589.28. Commissioner King and I are aware that the school has some funds to put towards this request, but we don't know exactly what they want to put towards the request. So we're going to continue to talk with them between now and the next meeting, and hopefully maybe come to some resolve if there is some way that this County Redevelopment Commission could assist them with this project. We need to find out what that exact number is. So there'll be more to come at a future meeting, but I just wanted everybody to know what activities happening and what conversations are taking place.
What is it for again? Did you say it was like a bus? Is it a bus?
It's just
Just a bus lane, a car lane?
What it is, have you ever seen like where the elementary school sets at?
Oh,
The roadway there is not very long. So what the problem they're having is when school starts and when it ends, they are almost lined up all the way down to 67, which is causing a problem there.
sure.
And what they want to do is put in behind their bus barn, like a drive that comes up and then it opens up sort of like 5 lanes back behind there.
Sure.
To where they can get the cars off the roadway, because, I mean, actually it causes us a problem too, because we have to run down there and try to direct traffic,
Okay.
or we mess with accidents and stuff down through there quite often. I mean, it's a need for them to have it done, because it seems like every year we get more and more kids, especially since, Anderson and Muncie is right to the one high school and stuff like that. Now we get kids from Anderson, we're getting kids from Muncie, and, we went from not having a problem to now having a big problem.
We kind of had to do the same thing off of 3 at Royerton.
Yeah.
Direct traffic in a different way and separate
Yeah.
some things out. So
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was the same type thing here.
Yeah,
Seems like we have a lot more people dropping off kids today, and that's probably what you're experiencing.
yeah. And every time we try to get something where it's set, when we work with the school, more kids show up.
Okay.
And it would be, I mean, honestly, for me as the police chief out there, it'd be easier for us also if something like that happened, because now we don't have traffic lined up from 67 that goes all the way down to the school and backs everything up.
It seems like a fairly cheap way to resolve the issue.
Yeah,
for safety.
They came to us a couple years ago, Brad, and it was almost like they wanted a road built back there, but it was under the old superintendent. and it was $1.2 million.
It's way more than what
And-
redevelopment commission could fund.
Yeah, and the new superintendent coming in, we discussed it, and it's like, there's not gonna be heavy traffic flow or anything, it's more or less just gonna be the cars coming in. Cause they'll bring the buses up and actually bring them in to the front of the building.
Okay.
So there won't be any heavy traffic, so we've discussed it with them, and it can almost just be like a paved drive, going just back behind the barn and coming around.
It's kind of a lane.
Good.
For off the full-fledged road.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll keep you posted. We'll probably see this on the future agenda. There are some funds available in an account that was formerly connected in Daleville to the Concentrics building in the Daleville Shell building that was not used for incentive money. So there's a little bit of discretionary money that could be used for a project like this in Daleville.
Brad, you wanna go to the October meeting?
Yes, there's some scheduling conflicts with the October meeting, and I'd like to ask the board if you would consider moving the meeting to October 6th. If anyone has any objections to that, I'd like to move it up a week in October, if at all possible.
I'm good with it.
Sounds good. I'll get with the attorneys to advertise, and we'll move it up next week.
Don't think this is probably one day I have to take my wife to these festivals. I can tell everybody, I love September and October because football's back.
Yeah.
I hate it because I have to spend every weekend at some sort of festival.
Well, what we have is there are some economic development prospects that are considering Delaware County, and we need to pay some visits to those folks. So it falls on a meeting date for this meeting. So we need to go do that.
Have you heard from Chris?
I've not heard from Chris. No, I was checking my phone just a second ago to see about an email or something. You want me to go ahead and address this? I don't think there's going to be any action to be taken on this.
And I don't think we need a motion to change the date,
Okay.
do we?
No. If you're all okay with it, we'll proceed with it. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
VS Engineering, they had provided us with an addendum to the 23rd Street Trail project, which we're all aware of. They had provided me 3 options to cross the bridge with a trail on 23rd Street. This is between OmniSource and the Snoozy Lou's truck facility. That's kind of not a great area for a trail and for expansion, but it does definitely need some improvements in that area. The options for a new bridge, a new pedestrian bridge, a new cantilever off the existing bridge, or using the existing sidewalk. The existing sidewalk was definitely a lot less expensive and would be my recommended way to go. They had prepared an addendum for that today for your approval. However, Commissioner King and I have talked about the overall trail cost, and the costs have skyrocketed since we first started talking about this project. We're now in the range of about $2.5 million to do a mile of trail, which we think is excessive at this time. I never ever believe that costs go down, but at the same time, it's almost unattainable to do that stretch of it. Commissioner King and I had talked about only running the trail, getting with VS Engineering and having them re-estimate the cost of the trail just to Garkey Street. So 23rd from Cowan to Garkey, and stopping there for the time being. One of the reasons I'd like to go ahead and proceed with the trail, or I recommend that you proceed with the trail, is that Commissioner King and I worked with the RDA board. Kerry Wiggerly is also a member of that board, and they awarded $143,000 to pay for the initial engineering work and right-of-way work on this project. So we've got some money that has been awarded to us from the state to do the initial part of this project. I hate to use that state's money and then and do the engineering and then not proceed with any of it. So we plan to proceed with the engineering. I'd like to get a new quote to just go to Garkey Street at this time. So unless I have objections from any of you or other thoughts or comments, we'll proceed that way. Try to keep the cost down on this.
I'd like for you to go ahead and
Sounds good.
we'll stop it there. Maybe reach out to the city and see if they would be interested in going from Walnut to
Yeah.
that area. even if it's just putting a sidewalk in
Yeah,
down to the trail.
exactly. It's a challenging stretch from Garkey east. As we all know, we've driven that. There's a railroad, there's a bridge, there's a couple heavy truck places that the trail's gonna have to be heavy duty in those areas. The cost is ballooned. So, okay.
I believe that's it. Anybody have any questions over any of the invoices?
Move to approve all invoices.
Second. Have a motion and a second, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Go to the bond and the Bob invoices, the Park and New Tucson bond. Have any questions over it?
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion to approve in the second, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Do you have any public comments or any further discussion?
I'd like to introduce Daniel Struble from Struble Law, sitting in today. We've had some conversations with John Brook, and as we all know, John has a heavy load right now, and so Daniel's going to be helping us out more with the County Redevelopment Commission, so we welcome her, and just wanted to introduce her to everybody today.
Do we have anything else?
Move to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Adjourned.